Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, July 7th. So, as I posted yesterday, I put clear that's a very difficult day to try to predict the movements. I, I'm a very, transparent person because when deltas are flat with, higher GX and higher DIX, we don't, makers don't give too much clue to us. But I put all the observations over here, right? Especially in this paragraph, I put it's good to highlight that Dix jumped 2% from 50% to 52%. That you have been observing the last couple of months is that when dealers add liquidity, usually XPX close red. And when they remove it, close green. GX is still printing higher, even with a drop of 200 million. Is still above 5 billions. Means the book is prepared. Book is really prepared. They prepare book or to melt up or melt down. We just need to follow dealer's rule. But as I highlighted over here, jumping jigs, adding liquidity nowadays mean bearish, even without look the structure. I put this very clear to you guys because this is what market dealers have been doing since December. Okay, I put two structures. So for 4,420, 4,415, that's something that I really don't want to do it. Right? Why? I really don't want to do it anymore. Let me go to the spreadsheet. So the last level of support, option support, gamma support is 4,425. Look at those calls, line 37 and line 89. You guys, you realize that below 2025, we start to see a bearish put call ratio. Also, let me see Gamma Labs. Oh, Gamma Labs already changed a lot. Yeah, Gamma Labs already changed a lot. But before, we supposed to see a lot of positive gamma, negative gamma, and at 4,425, a positive gamma as well. Right? Now, we have a negative gamma at 4,415. Remember, look at the gamma exposure how drops. I highlighted over here because the last time is jumping, right? Yeah, it was yesterday. Jump from 500 million to 700 million. So a lot of a lot of calls close worthless. A lot of close worthless. Let me show something here. So what I did yesterday, I built a spread, okay, and I received $3. I sold 4,406 and I bought 4,465. So for example, look how just the short call is really slow, but I sold by $6, six something. See, I sold my average price was 6.32. Now is became ash, 27 cents, right? I receive, $2,000 if I'm not wrong at the total. So basically, you guys know that I like to sell spread. I opened this yesterday when the market back test again 4,464. I also remember that I told you guys that, oh, I built something to end of the month. Is when the market also top at 4,454. Oh, I opened that structure to the end of the month. Remember that I told you guys? I'm not telling that the market will drop 15%, but this is the best way to play structure to have like a big premium. Because, you know, I usually trade the spread between intrinsic value and extrinsic value. So we have a big gap between 3,800, of course, in intrinsic and extrinsic. And because, you know, it's totally out of the money. And as soon as start to get close by, you know, to the strike, usually is not the price, so the premium start to jump. That was my idea, and I also explain why I short 4,540, because I'm playing, you know, the delta decay, because it's less than 30 days. So tend, you know, to me to receive the full premium. Fabio is not going up to 3,800. Fine. I don't care. I just care about the spread that I received, because this is fixed. I received already $2,300, right? I already received $2,300. If the puts close worthless, that's fine. Or if I want, I can try to roll over to another month and receive more premium, like recurrence incoming. That's how I play. You know, you guys already realize that I sell options, and consequently I finance myself, you know, to be leveraged, or to downsize or to the upsides, doesn't matter. Nowadays, I'm considering that we have much premium to downside. Consequently, my structure is bearish. But as soon as I feel market start to recover, I can close the short calls. Right? Because it's already paying me a lot of premium. You guys already realized that. I short yesterday at 4,464. Right? So guys, for today, losing 4,425, that's, you know, the bullish support, because it's a bullish put call rate. Below that, we have a bearish put call rate with positive gamma. We are in not negative gamma territory. Now gamma starts to flip at 4,400. Losing 4,425, market tends to backtest 4,400. However, now this is just set up now. They set up, you know, a wall at 4,415. Let's see if this holds the market. Otherwise, 4,400. Okay, 4,400. Bulls need to defend 4,400 or 4,415. 4,425 now became resistance. Okay, became resistance. Look at how they set up things. They always set up things a day before. I put this very clear in my analysis. Or in terms of the dark pool, the biggest volume of call is basically 1.3 meters, but 95% was concentration in 4,460. That, in my interpretation, I put somewhere here. I'm interested that interpret that 4,455 calls were short calls. Okay, I highlighted this to you guys. Consequently, I saw the top at max 4,450, maximum 60. What I did yesterday, when I saw it, I wrote this, I short 4,460 right away. As you guys can see here, per $6. Now is I short by short at $6.32. So now it's costing 35 cents. I'm up like $1,000, right? In uh, this short call. Anyway, guys, now I close. If close, I don't want to close any structure. My structures I already explained you guys. I'm looking for delta decay, delta decay. Okay, let's check the graph. So in the 60 minutes graph, you looks that WMA 400, that's the yellow line, usually tend to hold the downtrend. It's located in the 60 minutes at 4,000. Let me see the yellow. It's really slow, my home broker. 4,442.47. Usually the WMR 400 is where the buy is located. It's kind of difficult to see a breakdown in the first attempt. Maybe you will not lose. If you lose, the next level in the 60 minutes graph will be 4,430 something. That's the blue line. 4,435. The blue line is the MA 50. Okay? If you lose the WMA 400, we tend to hold at EMA 50. As soon as you lose those indicators, I start to look for the 4 hours graph. What do you have to hold the market? But you guys looks like the volume is really high for this time. It's 8:59 a.m. So we have a sell pressure. Okay, we have a sell pressure. Just to recap, so future tend to hold at 4,400 in the W 4,442. If it's not holding over here, we back test 4,435, but the RSE is showing us oversold. We can come back up. That's totally normal. That's totally normal. If you lose those levels that I told you guys right now, we need to move to 4 hour graph to check if you have other ZMAs in the different levels that's supposed to be hold the market. You guys realize that the VIX is already back test ZMA 50, okay, at $15 and something. That's supposed to be also hold the VIX for a while. That's totally normal to see a pullback and then another jump in. Remember that why VIX is spiking. That's the good thing to understand why things is doing those movements, especially VIX. Different, the Furus in Fitch. I highlight to you guys couple days ago, I guess it was on Saturday, right? Let me go back to Saturday. Yes. I highlight you guys that we have a gum imbalance. And I also use the JP Morgan call as a reference, right? That's the easy way to explain the gum imbalance, right? So I use the JP Morgan caller as a reference. And I also explain you guys different, the Furus. Yeah, I told you guys that VIX will not spike as they expected. They have been claiming for VIX will spike even if the market's going high. No, that's wrong. Because the gum imbalance, dealers was almost all in long, heavily long. How you know that? Because when JP Morgan set up a collar, in another side was a buyer. When they sold 4,320, in another side there has a buyer. Somebody bought 200 millions. Was 229 millions in those calls. Could you be the JP Morgan Treasury Department? Yes, could. And this became insights. Remember that JP Morgan XPX funds are long in SPX. They build a collar because they have agreement with their investors. Because they have like a 5% down protection. And consequently, they roll over every quarter, their hedge. So I don't like to follow hedge. I just start to follow the hedge because it's a big gamma setup very close from the expiration date. By now, I don't really care. I'm not like those guys in FinTwitch because it doesn't have any sense to track that. This is poor hedge. It's a poor hedge. And people, I like to show you guys how, people make a mistake. Even the guys that you guys love, like Saint Croissant, he's totally wrong. He's having been wrong since December. And he's keeping, highlighted, Fed is shorting VIX, Fed is shorting VIX. Fuck. Guys, don't believe in FinTwitch. Market has a dynamic, a structure. Dealers were long since December. They suppress volatility, and I explain here on Saturday. Right? Because as every single drop, they will be forced to buy, even if every like a resistance breakout, they were forced to buy too. Bring market up and bring VIX down. Now we can see the VIX is dropping. Why? Because gamma imbalance. When I copied this from internet. Nobody panics when things go according to plan, even if the plan is horrifying. But it's work perfect, at least up to right now, right? No panic. Gamma imbalance. VIX suppressed. That's how market works. I'm seeing like CTAs trying to guess things. That's insane to me because they manage billions of dollars and they don't have idea what they're talking about, and they came in public to tell bullshit to people. Do you know why they do that? Because they look for your money. Because they know that the majority are bearish. Nowadays everybody's bullish. Period. Everybody's bullish. Nobody's bearish anymore. Let me open to this Twitter. That's just one more. One more Twitter that people are claiming 6,000, 7,000, up to 2026 or whatever. All other like fractal guys, as I post to you guys before, everybody's telling the same. Oh, yeah, last month they said, you see a flash crash in June and then markets skyrocket. I'm still waiting for the flash crash. It's now in July. You guys already realized they changed their draws after market reaction. That's insane how those guys, that's a big charlatans. Because they change, now the fractal is like 2003. The month that you saw a flash crash was August. And then your market skyrocket. Bro, they change every second their minds. They look for something to justify their analysis. They never change. They never look for the market structure. Why? Because they don't have idea how to look it is. I commit a lot of mistakes, but I read the structure, and when I miss, I go over there and recheck what I miss to try to not commit the same mistake again. Look, 6,500. I mean, those guys are not Nostradamus. They know everything. Maybe they are more rich than Warren Buffett. Because when you do like something like that, you are supposed to be a Nostradamus, right? You need to be a Nostradamus. Nobody know where markets go. Supply and demand, as everybody looking for, they mess a lot Because doesn't exist supply and demand. Exists the market structure that show all the levels to you guys exactly, in the majority of the time, at the cents. And when we miss by 2 points, 4 points, right? Yesterday, you guys already, yesterday, where the market's closed, 4,400, that's something that's, very nice to show you. Because maybe I'm a luck guy if you don't believe. Market closed at 4,446.81, right? Yesterday, I show you guys how was the design. Tight market, as Delta suggested now, 447, 4452.60. 1142. 1142. Okay? And early at, not 10, at 10:15, looks like they are setting up floor at 4,447.45. Look at how much how market closed, where market closed. You guys found supply and demand in that level? Do you have a Fibonacci in that level? We have any indicator in that level? No, because the EMA3, that's the fast one, was located at 4,041.48. That's incredible, right? Because they set up everything through the options. The options where the money is located. Unfortunately, I cannot track Bitcoin because Bitcoin doesn't have any liquidity. When you have an asset that don't have liquidity, it's because a junk asset. I know that a lot of people, I like this, I love this, blah, blah, blah. I understand that personally. I don't want to criticize to you guys, but these are junk assets. When you have an asset that don't have liquidity, it's because it's junk. And consequently, is manipulated for somebody else. In case of the cryptocurrency, it's manipulated by Chinese. If you guys love Bitcoin, you guys need to love Chinese. If you guys have Bitcoin, buy and hold, please don't come to me and say that you guys don't like Chinese. You guys need to love Chinese. You guys need to love China. Okay? So don't come to me and say, I'm not telling that I don't like China, I don't like Chinese. It's not like that. Because nowadays, because the war, blah, 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 a lot of American people say, I hate China. I don't hate nobody. Because, the Chinese people is not guilty. The people that, is guilty are the president, are the politics. They mess it out. Not the population, not the society, not us. I love the single person, especially myself. I live in Peru, I live in Mozambique, I live in South Africa, I live in Oman, I live in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I live in a bunch of countries and I love all the cultures. I consider myself a worldwide citizenship, not American or even Brazilian. I'm a worldwide citizenship. But I'm talk about China. I'm sorry, if I don't want to be unpolite, but I'm talking about China because nowadays everybody, I don't like China because the COVID, I don't like China because those bullshits. You guys understand me. And a lot of Americans, I don't like China. That China produce the COVID. So people start to judge because the fake propaganda that you see every single day, right? And people start to blame and blend people, other countries. That's not nice. And consequently, I use this argument to justify you guys. If you like Bitcoin, you need to like China, right? So if you don't like China, it's wrong because you like Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is totally manipulated by China, okay? Especially by Binance. You guys already know that. So guys, I'm finished by now. I'm not bullish at all. Doesn't mean that I will not play long. You guys know that I play long a lot. I open a bunch of structures, long and short. Basically, I neutralize deltas as the time. Now I have more negative deltas than positive deltas. As soon market find a bottom, yeah, I do the opposite. I start to release negative deltas and keep what do I have as a positive deltas and wait for a pullback. As soon not a pullback, a melt up. If markets melt up, I do the opposite. I start to bring negative deltas back to be a little bit higher in negative deltas than in positive deltas to wait another pullback. Period. That's what I do. I do what dealers do. I just copy and paste. I don't try to guess things as those people. Oh, market will skyrocket. Market, you'll be the biggest rally ever. We will repeat 2008. The bottom was blah blah blah. The flash clash will happen. Blah blah blah. I don't know. I'm not Nostradamus, and this is not the way that you need to invest your money. You need to invest your money carefully through deltas. Neutralize deltas all the time and put more negative or more positive depends of the flow. This is what I try to educate and teach you guys. Love you guys. Take care.